Hello gamer from the other side. As you probably already know, the last patch revamped a lot of heroes and Helcurt was one of them. They decided to double his silence duration and boost his second skill damage. I honestly thought that Helcurt was already good before the buff, but now he's just a bully. I only play a couple of games with him and I can really feel the huge difference. This is how I set up the assassin emblem. Lately, I really like increasing the movement speed talent on most of the emblems. It helps you a lot with the chasing, escaping and for sidestepping. Of course, the penetration is really important, and as for the last talent, I'm still deciding between the first one that gives you gold after a kill and the third one that gives you movement speed and health back after a kill. But for now, I'm more in favor of using the third one. And this is the current build I'm using. The Blade of Despair will allow you to one-shot most of the damage dealers. Okay, my strategy for this game was to jungle first and clear all the bottom jungle. If everything will go according to plan, I will be at level 3 and be able to contest the bottom crab with the help of the bottom laner. But like most plans, things might not go as expected and I wasn't really expecting our middle laner to come to jungle as well. But that wasn't a big problem. Here you can see that I was actually surprised the first skill went off. I tried to cancel it, but for some reason it went off. And now I'm trying to retreat and my screen just not responding. Yep, at this point all I wanted to do was but after I took a sip of green tea, I was in a calm state again.
Resurrecting soon. You have slain an enemy.
One of the most important tips when using Helcurt is trying to keep your charges up at all time. And the best way to achieve that is that when you're clearing minions or jungle, make sure that after you use your second skill, you can still do 4 more attacks so you can recharge it back again. Okay, before we continue with the video, do me a huge favor and hit that like button. Give me that sense of validation. Arigato.
An ally has been slain. Request that enemy has been slain.
Now let's do a quick review of his skill for those who have never played him before. His first skill is a blink. It will teleport him to the target location and deal damage to the enemies within the area and silencing them for 1.5 seconds. When his ultimate is activated, it will also inflict slow. His second skill is where most of the damage comes from. Each basic attack will give you 1 charge. Up to 4 charges can be stored. I think the developer forgot to make the change in the text. The charges will decrease if you don't attack anyone after 8 seconds. His second skill fires all the charges forward and when it's maxed out, it will deal an insane amount of damage. But like I said, this skill requires some aim and it's very easy to miss. That's why you must use Petrify spell. Just petrify your target, then use your second skill for a guaranteed hit. Also, another way to increase your chance of hitting your second skill is by using it when you're on top of your target. This way you won't miss. His ultimate increases the attack speed permanently, and when it activated, it will reduce the vision range of all the enemy heroes for 3.5 seconds, while increasing his attack speed and movement speed for 8 seconds.
Our turret has been destroyed. You have slain an enemy.
Helcurt's passive will silence all the enemy's heroes for 1.5 seconds around him and will deal damage when they cast a skill. This effect has a cooldown of 4 seconds on the target.
Attack! Your team destroyed a turret. Initiate retreat. Launch attack. An ally has been. You have slain an enemy. Double kill.
Make sure to farm your Blade of Despair first before going crazy with the ganks. Once you get it, you can pretty much one-shot most of the enemy's damage dealers.
Turtle resurrecting soon. Mega kill. Initiate retreat. Request backup. Request backup. Launch attack. Unstoppable. Launch attack. Request backup. An enemy has been slain. An ally has slain the turtle. Double kill. Monster kill. Launch attack. Your team destroyed a turret. An enemy has been slain. Your team destroyed a turret. Initiate retreat. You destroyed a turret.
Here I could probably have killed Lunox as well, but since I was too close to their base, I was worried she had some reinforcement nearby. But once I saw Cho top, I had nothing to fear anymore.
Legendary.
Remember to keep your charges up, it is really important, so when the fight starts, you can one-shot the damage dealers right away.
Launch attack. Initiate retreat. Our turret is under attack. Lord resurrecting soon. Legendary. Shut down. Double kill. Legendary. Team destroyed a turret. Double kill.
Wiped out.
Well, GG, thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe.